Last time we were able to actually log in and authenticate our first user with Firebase. Now I want to do a couple things. I want to start in our init method here, and I want to navigate to our home activity if the user is authenticated. So we can just write a small piece of logic here saying if our authentication.getCurrentUser does not equal null, then we can navigate to that activity. So we just go intent equals new intent, and we do login activity dot this, and then we want to go to register activity, or not register activity, sorry, home activity dot class, and then we can just do start activity, pass the intent, and we want to use finish because we're not going to be coming back to the login screen anytime soon. The only time we're ever going to come back to the login screen is if the user actually manually signs out, which will very rarely happen, especially when it comes to Instagram. So we will write like a little note here. So if the user is logged in, then navigate to home activity and call finish. So we'll try that. Okay, so everything looks good so far. We got Instagram starting and automatically going to our login screen. So I'm going to type in the only user we have and the password, hit login, and we're getting that please. I'm guessing we're getting the same problem here. Let's go to the emulator, and yep, looks like right here. Same errors we were getting with the old emulator. So there's definitely an issue with the emulator, because if I close this and I run it on my actual device here, my OnePlus, everything will definitely work. Change the log. And this should actually automatically navigate us to home activity because I already had a user logged in on this device. So it should get the Firebase instance and then automatically take us to home activity. And there we go. It does do exactly that. So yeah, at this point I'm not actually 100% sure what's going on with the emulator and Firebase, but there's definitely a problem. Hopefully all of you have actual devices to test on, but I will probably, after this video, I'm going to stop and try and figure out what the issue is and get it working, and then in the next video I'll address it. But for just to start here, we're just going to move on for now, and we're going to move on with navigating to the register screen if that link is clicked. So if on the login screen, if they click the link saying create a user, it's going to navigate to the login screen. So we're going to use a text view here and do link sign up equals text view, find view by ID, r.id.link sign up, and link sign up set on click listener, new on click listener to register screen, and we just need to use intent equals new intent, and this is going to go from login activity dot this to register activity dot class, and then start activity intent. And we still, after we create the account, we're going to be required to log in. So I'm not going to finish this activity. I'm just going to leave it here, and then we're going to navigate back to it afterwards. So let's go into our register activity here. So login package, register activity. And we're just going to get all of our Firebase stuff set up. So let's go into our login activity and copy all of our Firebase stuff. So the setup Firebase on stop and on start. Just going to copy that and throw that down in here. And we're going to get that Firebase header here that I was using to separate everything. And we'll just paste that also there. And go up to the top and get our Firebase auth and our Firebase auth state listener. And we'll paste that up there also. So just kind of get everything started here. And let's see, probably going to need the isStringNull method, so let's get that, and we'll paste that below on create here. And I don't want to really start too much with the database stuff. I just want to get the widgets all ready to go. So we're going to need the context, and string. We're going to need email, we're going to need a username, and we're going to need a password. And what else? We need private edit text, whoops, and m email, m password, m username, private text view, loading please wait, private button register, and the progress bar and progress bar. Okay, and we'll create a method to initialize all those widgets since there is a ton of them. So private void init widgets. And email equals edit text find ID or ID dot input email. And I have a bunch of this actually in login activity, so I'm just going to change a few things. I'm just going to copy all that and paste it in here. I already have the email. This is going to be loading, please wait, and that'll be a different ID. Should be text. I didn't even add it, I don't think. Let's go to activity register. Go down to the bottom. I don't have an ID on that one. Okay. So let's say loading, please wait. Copy that and paste. My project, something is wrong because I seem to have to rebuild every single time that I add something new, which is really weird. But I'll rebuild and it should fix that. And I think the progress bar's ID is progress bar, and it is, or right there. That's good. We need to set our progress bar to invisible, so set visibility view.gone, and then also loading please wait, set visibility view.gone. Okay, so I'll rebuild and it should fix that error right there. Let's go to rebuild. There we go, so that's good. And let's write some notes up here. So initialize the activity widgets, and then we want to call that inside onCreate. So init widgets, and that should be good. I guess we can call also set up Firebase off. And that's all I want to do for this video. I don't want to actually start writing code because in the next one we're going to have to actually set up the Firebase database stuff because we're going to need to store the username. So there's going to be quite a bit of stuff. So I'm just going to stop here, and I'm also going to figure out what's going on with the emulator, and in the next video I'm going to address that. So I'll see you guys in that next video.